I put it on the U.S. side because I believe that this is a war fundamentally provoked by the United States over a 30-year period, actually. It's a war of NATO expansion. That is an effort that began in the 1990s, contrary to the promise that the United States had given to the Soviet Union and then to Russia that NATO would not move 1 inch eastward. But when the Soviet Union ended in 1991, the United States reneged on its promise and began NATO enlargement. Actually, that dates back to 1994 when President Bill Clinton made that terrible decision. Since then, NATO has expanded eastward with the intention, explicit intention, of surrounding Russia, and for many in the American political elite, of defeating Russia or dividing Russia, or a term that's sometimes used in Washington, decolonizing Russia. But it all added up to the same thing, which is that after the Cold War, the U.S. policy has been to defeat Russia, not to live peacefully with Russia. Now, the reason that the meeting surprised me when it was announced a couple of days ago is that it's clear what is happening. Russia is saying, if you want an end to this war, we have to get to the root causes of this war. That is essentially NATO enlargement, but many other things alongside that. The United States made a coup in Ukraine in 2014, which brought in this pro-NATO regime after overthrowing a president that wanted neutrality for Ukraine, which is the right policy for Ukraine. Then the United States dissed a treaty that could have prevented the full-scale escalation. That was the Minsk II agreement endorsed by the UN Security Council that called for autonomy in eastern Ukraine for the ethnic Russian population of that region. The United States told the Ukrainians, don't do it. Then in early 2022, after the Russian invasion that began on February 24th, 2022, there was a peace agreement almost completed between Russia and Ukraine based on Ukraine's neutrality. And the United States swooped in and told Zelensky, don't sign that. We'll fight on, we'll defeat Russia.